Guess I'm doing this one solo. Solo, you can't hear me. It's 5 on Friday time.
Good morning.
We are going to talk about our favorite things about our home state of Virginia today.
Yep.
The first one?
Seasons.
Seasons.
Yeah.
We get all of them here. Absolutely all of them.
For better or worse.
Yeah, I know, right? We get a little bit of snow. We don't get a ton of snow. Sometimes we do.
It depends on where you are in the state, though.
That's true.
You know, we're not talking just about the Hampton Roads area, which is where Erin's from and where I've spent almost half of my life now. We're talking about the entire state.
Okay.
So they definitely get snow.
Yes.
Like especially out in the valley on the other side of the mountains, and way down in the western tip of Virginia.
They get
We get
snow
a
a
lot
lot.
of snow, yeah.
But coastal Virginia gets some snow.
We get ice.
But we definitely have winter.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Definitely have winter.
Yeah.
And then spring is one of the most beautiful because everything's in bloom.
Oh yeah.
Everything's that light green color.
Yeah.
It's just gorgeous. The grass starts coming back in and
Yep. Now we don't have like fields and fields of wildflowers and
No.
stuff like we've seen elsewhere, but it is still very beautiful because all the forests start filling in and just there are flowers and blooming trees and just like the Bradford pears are absolutely beautiful.
And then the summertime,
It's hot and humid.
it's hot and humid
yeah.
and you get lots of hot days, you get thunderstorms, you get all the stuff that summertime brings.
Yeah, it's not our favorite season.
No, not at all. But it's very beautiful and everything is very green and lush and it's nice. And there's so much stuff to do in Virginia
And a lot of
in
water.
the summertime and lots of water
Lots of water
activities.
here. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And even out in the valley, like we were just talking about, and out in the mountains, there's still a lot of water. There's a lot of rivers. There's a lot of like river tubing and stuff. You know, out where Erin went to college and out around that area around Roanoke.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of cool stuff out there.
And fall.
Yeah, fall's the winter.
Fall is the best.
Yeah.
Fall is absolutely the best in Virginia. The leaves change every color from brightest yellow to the darkest purple.
Yep.
It's gorgeous driving through the fall. Now, we get fall a little later than up north. We kind of are getting into the middle of fall. Not most, but some of the trees have all of their leaves gone, but some still have green leaves, like the one behind us that's just starting to change.
This past year, as not a homeowner and not a
Yeah.
person responsible for land, I have really enjoyed the leaves falling more because I know that I don't have to go out and rake them.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not going to miss that.
Well,
But it is beautiful.
it is beautiful.
Yeah.
And
And
there's
actually, the house we lived in had sycamore trees behind it. They turned just they're huge, like elephant ear-sized leaves, and they turned a brilliant yellow. It was
Yes.
really, really pretty.
always pretty.
Yeah. So seasons.
Seasons. All right.
Okay, so number 2 of our 5 favorite things about Virginia is the central location on the East Coast. We're like, depending on where you are in Virginia, you are minutes or like 2 hours from DC. You're a couple hours from the Outer Banks, which to us is the best beaches on the East Coast, except for maybe Florida. We'll talk about like mid-Atlantic and
Yes.
up. Yeah. So Outer Banks in North Carolina are very nice. We have mountains.
Hills.
Hills. We have very nice hills. The Blue Ridge Mountains are very beautiful.
They are.
But, you know, after being out west, it's kind of...
Absolutely.
we're also, 9-10 hours from New York.
From New York City.
And then we're like 12 hours from Orlando. And then, you know, Miami's way the heck down there.
Right.
But there's all sorts of stuff in between, you know. And then Boston's right up the coast. So really, we're within a day of half of the country here. Basically, everything east of the Mississippi is less than a day's drive.
Yeah.
You know, so it's actually a really, really nice location. So the next thing we're going to talk about is not exclusive to Virginia, but it's very, very important to Virginia.
Absolutely.
And that's the military. There are military bases everywhere across the state, and we love it. We love the jet noise. We love seeing Army convoys going down the road. We love going to the air shows and seeing all of the planes and all that cool stuff. I loved, when I was growing up, my dad was in the Marines, and we'd go to Quantico, and we'd see tanks driving down the road. I mean, that, you know, just as a little kid is awesome to see.
You can also, when you go head out towards the water, you can see some of the largest aircraft carriers at Norfolk Naval Air Base.
Yeah,
and
Norfolk has the largest naval base in the Atlantic.
Yeah.
And you can just kind of drive across a bridge right past the base, and you can see aircraft carriers, destroyers, landing ships, submarines. They are all the time doing like water exercises with helicopters. It's amazing. Yeah. It's so cool to see.
Working as a teacher in the schools where you have a lot of military families, you meet a lot of kind of transient people, but a lot of people come back to this area.
Yeah. Even after they retire.
Right.
Yeah.
But working in special education, this area is one of those areas that you can come if your children have special needs or have extenuating circumstances with any type of their health and stuff, because there's such a big support system for the military here. And so it was really nice to kind of be a part of that service, even while I'm not in the military, but working in those schools that the students come to. You meet a lot of military families, and they are some of the best people you will meet. And we have friends now all over the country because we met them here.
Another thing that is very, very tied to the military is our history here in Virginia. Not only did we have some of the first settlements, but we also have a ton of Revolutionary War history, Civil War history, even World War II history with Norfolk and the area around the naval base and the Chesapeake. There's just so much history around here, and it's so tied to the military culture in the state. We absolutely love it. You know, we're both from military families. We have so many military friends all over the place.
Number 4.
Food.
Food and drink.
Virginia is covered in breweries.
Absolutely.
And wineries.
Yes.
There are more than 220 breweries and like 240 or 50 wineries.
Wow.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And a lot of them are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're not big wine people, and beer is, when I'm able to, the more children we've had, the harder it's been to go and enjoy breweries.
Yeah.
However, the great thing about having that many is that if you don't like, the one down the road that way, you might like the one up the road that way. So
absolutely.
They're just everywhere. And one nice thing about a lot of the breweries and wineries is, for the most part, they're dog friendly. And a good big food truck culture has started to kind of grow up around the breweries.
Yay.
So there's a lot of places to go and drink. They have limousines and big buses and stuff going around, like winery tours. Like, there's like bachelorette parties going to those, and there's a beer one. A lot of guys go on. And so there's a lot of that around, and I don't think I could name a city in the state that doesn't have a brewery.
Right.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the food.
You can find everything here.
Everything.
In Virginia. If you don't have it in your small town, just drive 30 minutes to the larger town, and I'm sure you can find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And if you need something a little bit more exotic, you can drive to Richmond, or you can drive to D.C., and you can absolutely find what you're looking for.
Yeah, the Washington, D.C. metro area, especially a lot of the areas actually in Virginia, so like Alexandria and Arlington around there, have some of the best ethnic cuisine in the world, because there are people that came here from Ethiopia and opened an Ethiopian restaurant. Like, seriously, I think it's in Reston.
Yeah,
it's
good.
Amazing. And there's everything, absolutely everything you can find. And then we have, of course, a lot of coastline and the Chesapeake Bay, so we have amazing seafood.
Fresh, so fresh.
Yeah, and then, we're, again, with the proximity, we're so close to Florida and to Maine. We can get Gulf fish, and we can get lobster, and we can get salmon from the Atlantic. Like, the Atlantic salmon are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So we have all sorts of seafood, all sorts of crabs and clams and just everything. It's all right there. Yeah, and then, barbecue. We have friends that swear Texas is barbecue, beef is barbecue, but they're wrong. Barbecue is pig.
Barbecue's pig. Yeah. You got to have the pork.
Yeah, we're so close to North Carolina. There's the vinegary awesomeness of North Carolina style barbecue. Yes. Virginia itself, there's not like Virginia style barbecue, but we're so close to like Kentucky and Tennessee and Alabama and all of these states that have well-known barbecues, where basically you go into any barbecue joint around here and you're going to have like a 6-pack of sauces to try, and it's great. The food around here is just amazing. And then we're going to go ahead and slot number 5 in here to finish out the list. Special shout out to, I think it's still our favorite restaurant in the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For consistency and always being able to get something delicious.
And being unique, because you don't really find savory pie shops.
Yeah.
Like
handheld pies.
Handheld pies. So I think it's a couple from New Zealand came to Richmond in the capital of Virginia, kind of in the middle, and they opened a place called Proper Pie Company. They have the most amazing savory pies that you'll ever eat.
And sweet stuff, too.
Yes.
But you go for the pies, and then you get some of the sweet pies and the sweet confections that they make. But it's just this little shop, and you go in, and they're only open until they sell out. Yeah. Kind of like a donut shop kind of thing. But they make a certain amount every day of each flavor. They post it on Facebook, and so you can go and know what your order is. You go in and you order it. It's real quick. You're in, you're out, and they have a few seats. We've only eaten in there a handful of times.
Yeah, not a lot of room inside.
But you can get them and take them home. Like, it's a 40-minute ride home for us, and they would be perfect by the time we got home.
And when we lived in a house here in Williamsburg, we went weekly, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. Yeah. They also do, while we are not vegan or anything like that, they do usually have a vegan option, even for like their sweet pies or their sweet confections that they make. It's amazing. Yeah. It's so good.
Yep. So that's it. Those are our 5 favorite things about Virginia.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the little bell notification so you know when these videos go up.
Visit our website at 5togo.com. And if you'd like to join our family, you can go to patreon.com/5togo and check out all the different options we have there as well.
Yep. And speaking of food, we're going to be doing a patron-only series called Tara's Tasty Treats, where our 9-year-old picks out recipes and then cooks them for us.
Yay!
And the first one should be coming out any day now.
You got it ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. She did a great job.
Yep.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.